The Legend of Mount Kanlaon. The warrior and the dragon high above the emerald forests of Negros Island in the Philippines rises Mount Kanlaon, a towering volcano veiled in clouds. The mountain slopes are fertile, feeding the land below, yet its heart is said to burn with an ancient fire, watched over by a powerful guardian, a mighty dragon. Long ago, this dragon was said to guard the mountain's secrets, protecting the land from those who dared disturb its peace. Only the bravest, or the most foolish, would venture near its lair. But one day, a warrior's love would challenge even the dragon's wrath. The Kingdom of Leon and the Perilous Curse. The Kingdom of Leon prospered in the shadow of Mount Kanlaon. Its fields were green, its rivers ran clear, and its people were happy. At the heart of the kingdom stood Princess Leon, a woman of grace and kindness who was beloved by her people. But peace was not to last. One terrible summer, dark clouds gathered above Mount Kanlaon, and the earth trembled beneath the villagers' feet. Crops withered, rivers dried, and the air stank of sulfur. The elders whispered that the great dragon of Kanlaon, a colossal beast with scales black as volcanic rock and eyes that burned like molten fire, had awakened. It was said that the dragon demanded tribute, a maiden to be offered at the mouth of the volcano to appease its rage. The people despaired, for no warrior had ever returned from challenging the beast. The brave warrior and his promise. In the village of Leon lived a courageous warrior named Kalikasan, strong of heart and swift of blade. Kalikasan loved Princess Leon dearly, though their lives were worlds apart. When he heard that the dragon demanded a maiden's sacrifice, Kalikasan swore an oath: "I will climb Mount Kanlaon, face the dragon, and save our people, or die trying." The villagers begged him not to go, warning that no man had ever faced the dragon and lived. But Kalikasan was determined. Armed with his kampilan, a traditional Filipino sword, and a shield forged from ironwood, he set out for the mountain. The ascent and the dragon's lair. The journey to the summit was perilous. Kalikasan climbed through tangled roots, scaled jagged cliffs, and crossed boiling rivers fed by the volcano's fires. Strange whispers seemed to follow him, and shadowy figures flickered through the trees, spirits warning him to turn back. At last, Kalikasan reached the mouth of a vast cavern near the volcano's peak. The air was thick with heat, and the ground trembled beneath his feet. The dragon emerged from the darkness, a monstrous beast with scales like obsidian, its jagged wings blotting out the sky. Smoke curled from its nostrils, and when it opened its jaws, flames roared forth like a river of fire. "I have come to end your wrath," Kalikasan shouted, raising his blade. The dragon's laughter shook the mountain. "You are but a man," it rumbled. "You cannot stop the fire that dwells within me." The battle of fire and steel. The dragon struck first, unleashing a storm of flames that scorched the earth around Kalikasan. But the warrior leapt aside, his ironwood shield glowing red from the heat. He charged forward, slashing at the beast's scales, yet his blade barely scratched its obsidian armor. For hours they battled, the dragon striking with claws like spears and flames that seared the air, while Kalikasan danced around the beast, searching for a weakness. Weary and wounded, Kalikasan realized brute strength alone would not win. He remembered the stories his grandmother had told him. The dragon's heart burns brightest in the moments before it strikes. There lies its weakness. When the dragon reared back to unleash another wave of fire, Kalikasan spotted a faint red glow beneath the beast's chest, the pulsing ember of its fiery heart. With a final cry, Kalikasan hurled his spear directly into that glowing mark. The dragon roared in agony as flames burst from its chest, and its massive body collapsed in a storm of ash and smoke. The mountain's blessing, the earth rumbled once more, but this time the tremors faded. The dragon's rage had been silenced. From the heart of the fallen beast, a crystal-like gemstone emerged, glowing faintly like embers. Kalikasan took the stone and carried it back to the kingdom of Leon. As he returned, rain fell from the sky for the first time in months, washing away the drought. The rivers swelled, and the fields turned green once more. Princess Leon met Kalikasan at the village gates, tears of joy in her eyes. "You have saved us," she whispered, taking his hand. The gemstone, said to be the dragon's heart turned pure, was placed in the village's shrine. From that day forward, Mount Kanlaon brought fertility instead of destruction, its volcanic soil nourishing the land and blessing the people. Kalikasan and Princess Lion were wed soon after, their union celebrated by the grateful kingdom. The legacy of Mount Kanlaon today. Mount Kanlaon still towers over Negros Island, its peak often wreathed in mist. The people say that the dragon's spirit still slumbers beneath the mountain, but its wrath has been tempered, held in balance by the courage of a warrior and the power of love. To this day, travelers who climb Mount Kanlaon often whisper a prayer of thanks, not just to the spirits of the mountain, but to the brave heart who saved his people and tamed the fire that once raged within the earth. The legend of Daragang Magayon, the tragic romance. Behind Mount Mayon long ago in the Bicol region of the Philippines, there lived a beautiful maiden named Daragang Magayon, beautiful maiden. She was the daughter of Raja Makusog, a powerful chieftain. Her beauty attracted many suitors, but her heart belonged to a brave warrior named Panginoron. One day, Panginoron saved Magayon from drowning in a river, and their love blossomed. Panginoron soon asked Raja Makusog for Magayon's hand in marriage. The chieftain agreed, blessing their union. However, Pagtuga, a ruthless warlord who had long desired Magayon, grew jealous. He attacked the village with his warriors, determined to steal Magayon away. In the ensuing battle, Panginoron fought bravely and slew Pagtuga, but tragedy struck. Magayon was caught in the crossfire and fatally wounded. Grief-stricken, Panginoron knelt beside her, only to be killed moments later by one of Pagtuga's surviving men. Overcome with sorrow, the villagers buried Magayon and Panginoron together. Soon after, the earth trembled, and from their resting place rose a majestic volcano, Mount Mayon, known for its near-perfect cone shape. Locals believe that when Mayon's peak is shrouded in mist, it is Magayon's spirit weeping for her lost love. When the volcano erupts, it is said to be Panginoron's rage rising in battle to protect her memory. While the traditional legend of Daragang Magayon typically ends with the tragic formation of Mount Mayon, some folklore variations and modern retellings expand on the story, offering deeper layers of symbolism and emotion. These continuations often focus on the eternal connection between Magayon and Panginoron, with themes of longing, protection, and undying love. A popular continuation, the Eternal Watch. In this version, the spirits of Magayon and Panginoron remain tied to the mountain. It is said that Panginoron watches over Magayon's resting place from the heavens, symbolized by the clear skies that often crown Mount Mayon's peak. When Mount Mayon appears calm, it is believed that Panginoron's spirit is peacefully admiring Magayon from above. But when the volcano erupts, it is said to be Panginoron's rage as he battles unseen forces, spirits of jealousy or evil, that threaten to disturb Magayon's eternal rest. Local elders also tell stories of Pagtuga's vengeful spirit, restless and envious, stirring the earth in an attempt to claim Magayon even in death. Eruptions are sometimes seen as a clash between Panginoron defending Magayon and Pagtuga's fiery wrath. The Lovers in the Sky. Another version ties the legend to celestial events. According to this tale, on clear nights when the stars are bright, locals say they can see two stars, one shining steadily above Mount Mayon, Panginoron, and another flickering faintly near its peak, Magayon. This symbolizes their enduring love, even in the afterlife. Some believe that when Mayon's peak is veiled in mist, it's Magayon weeping as she longs to join her beloved in the sky. Cultural impact. This continuation keeps the tragic romance alive in local culture, reminding people that love, no matter how tragic, leaves an eternal mark. The legend has inspired poems, songs, and theatrical plays that explore themes of love, sacrifice, and the power of nature. Mount Mayon, with its beautiful yet volatile nature, stands as a timeless symbol of love, triumph, and tragedy, a tale still whispered by the winds that dance around its perfect cone.